Okay, we're recording.
Cool.
Okay, so Lisa's with me in the back, Cliff's with me next to me.
What's up?
And we are here to talk about Despicable Me 2, the big hit movie for the weekend, evidently. Yep. So...
Well, it beats the crap out of, what was it, Lone Ranger? At least that's what I've heard,
Yes,
right?
it does.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Don't. It was cute.
I was pleasantly surprised, actually. I wasn't even expecting it to be enjoyable. I mean, because, most sequels, tend to kind of suck, especially from, DreamWorks and stuff, but...
Well, this isn't DreamWorks, but...
Oh, well, whatever studio.
What's the company again?
Yeah.
I think it's like Illuminati,
Elimination Studio.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Like an
Illuminati.
NBC one.
Yeah.
All different corporation. Anyway.
Yeah, but, I was, pretty surprised at how much I would actually like this movie in the end.
Yeah, I saw the first one recently. It's a cute movie. And
Yeah.
So I don't really know what... I thought kind of expect the same from the second one. And yeah, I got what I expected.
Yeah, the first movie really set, a bar and a foundation for the second movie. So I actually was expecting it to be as good as it was.
Okay, It's like I thought the Despicable Me was the first one was just okay. The second one is just kind of okay.
Yeah, for me, the first one, I saw it, a couple of months ago, whatever. And I was like, well, it's a cute movie. I like it, it
has a strange obsession with
bad, but...
It has a strange obsession with dancing and butts. The second one kind of does a little more of that, to be frank.
Well,
it's
because the minions.
To the pelvic scene?
No, I'm just that too. But no, it's just there's a lot of obsession with butts and touching butts and making fart noises, and it kind of pulls the Ren and Stimpy routine where there's just butts everywhere.
Oh, right.
And that's not me being a perv.
It's a very good observation.
Yeah.
Which I'm not sure what it says about me. I'm apparently the only one in the car that noticed that. Then, of course, you have the minions, which become the walking marketing ploy, and you have
which is definitely pretty obvious with the second one. They're in it a lot more than the first one.
Yeah, it's kind of like in Shrek. How Donkey became a lot more of a focus after the first one came out.
Puss in Boots too.
And Cars 2.
Oh well, who cares about Cars 2? Because I don't know.
Either way, clearly I'm still bitter about that.
I feel like if you take the minions out, then there's not much to this movie. I think the minions really make
I don't know. I actually like the story between Gru and Lucy. I actually like that story. It's kind of to me it was kind of cute how they were
It's the minions are they provide a lot of the slapstick humor see through the whole movie, but in the end it's they're just there for slapstick. The movie probably should focus more on the characters Gru and the kids and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Now obviously it's an anime movie, so you expect comedic side characters like that.
Of course. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say I'm surprised in any way. It's better than Epic. But
what I'm saying is when I think Despicable Me, I think the Minions.
Yeah.
When I think Toy Story, I think Army Men or Woody or Buzz. Well,
I'll say there's the comparison though. When you think of Toy Story, you think of Woody and Buzz, the main characters. When you think about Despicable Me, you think about the Minions, who are not the main characters, although this one they probably should be.
Well, they'll probably get their own side movie at this point, right?
Pretty much.
that's probably what they're gonna do.
Oh.
That's probably what they're gonna do.
They put both teaser trailers in the actual movie. I didn't think they were gonna do that. I know, because after you've seen them for the 500th time, they literally reuse the exact same things verbatim, without the Exorcist music in there for the second teaser because they put that in there because it existed. Anyway, so it's the story that's there, it's a cute story. It kind of expect it to go that right. It's very predictable, obviously. It's kind of the whole story-wise is they only released one trailer showing the actual story for this movie, which kind of worried me going into it.
Oh.
But anyway.
Why would it worry you?
Well, because it kind of tells me that the company doesn't trust the main character enough and the story with it to really give it the attention it deserves. Because the first two trailers they released were all about the minions, the two.
Oh, right.
Here are the minions doing wacky stuff and they're getting abducted. But that's all you saw of them. Only in the third trailer, one actually released before the movie, do you actually see the main character and what the story is actually about. And the reason again, that tells me they don't really have much faith in anything else except the minions, who they understand as their walking marketing play at this point, and expecting every theater now.
Yeah.
So I was that kind of worried me. I was pleasantly surprised in that regard that it turned out as well as it did. I'm not gonna say it's perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but again, it was cute.
Yeah, it's an enjoyable movie. good for the whole family. I mean, what else
Yeah.
can you really expect? It's an animated movie with cute little yellow guys making, silly noises. And
Did anyone get that Backstreet Boys reference?
Yeah.
Is that what they were doing?
Yeah. Actually, no. Was it Backstreet Boys? I think
thought
it
it
was
was
Boys to
Backstreet-
Men.
Boyz II Men?
to Men. Yeah.
Oh shit!
You
no.
would probably know this more than I would. I was like,
Dang.
they're making a joke somewhere.
Not a boy band.
It's
That's all I know.
It's like it's a reference to something I don't get. And again, that worries me.
What I kind of like is I actually spent a lot of my time trying to figure out what they're saying, and they do say bits and
Oh yeah,
real words.
Yeah, there are. I know when they were saying cheers, like "kanpai," and that's Japanese for cheers.
Yeah, and then they were speaking French when they were singing
Oh, yeah.
lullabies. So they've got they're like what, trilingual or something.
Yeah.
Maybe they just pick random words out of various languages and throw them together. And maybe that's the secret.
Who knows?
Maybe it's all Klingon and we're just secretly oblivious to it.
Yeah.
So what the story is basically is Gru now is a happy-go-lucky father who wants to take care of the 3 girls he adopted for the first movie, and then he's kidnapped by Lucy. Who plays Lucy?
Kristen
Kristen
Wiig.
Wiig.
Kristen Wiig. Who is she?
Bridesmaid. She was also on SNL for a while.
Oh, I haven't seen either of those.
Really?
Actually, yeah, Bridesmaid was actually surprisingly good. I actually liked it.
Yeah, Bridesmaid was
I just
good.
know it was made by the same person who made The Heat.
She was, and also SNL. If you
Yeah.
watched SNL.
I never watched SNL.
Never. Not even like.
if you see a picture, you'll know.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
Funny.
Anyway, she plays like a spy for the Anti-Villain League, and all I could think of is where the hell were they during the first movie?
Well, they're behind the scenes. They were like saying, "Oh, hey, we like your work. Well, we saw you doing the
Yeah,
whole
we saw you-
steal the moon thing, Rube, and that's why we want to recruit
You're free to find
you,
this
whatever."
mysterious villain, which immediately narrows down to one of 3 people it could possibly have
Right.
been, and I kind of figured out pretty early on.
Yeah.
It's not that hard to figure out if you're paying attention, but I'm sounding like a horrible, pretentious ass. Anyway.
Oh, because he just gives those little.
No, it's because if you look closely in like one of the scenes where you see like the professor work, you can see the clear M on his glove. So I was like, oh, it's the macho guy. To elaborate,
Attention to detail.
yeah. So the kind of obvious reveal is what happens is they come to find this evil villain who starts kidnapping his minions or doing all evil villain stuff. Kidnaps, steals an evil formula that transforms everything it touches into the purple I can never say this damn phrase.
Purple people eater.
See, you can't say it either.
Yeah, I know.
The purple people.
Whatever, purple crazy
Purple
monster
people
things.
eater. Okay.
That's okay. So.
So it basically transforms everyone into giant purple monsters, including like a rat. They shows off turning a cute little bunny into one. All I could think of was Kale with the Wabbit. But anyway.
Okay.
This is where my brain goes. Anyway, so they go looking for that. It turns out like they find traces of it at a mall. So they have to assume that one of the shop owners is a mall and is at the mall, and they only look at 2 people, I think, at the actual mall. One is like this guy who owns a Mexican restaurant who I'm not sure I want to say racist or just stereotype.
I think it's more
Stereotypes, not being racist.
Yeah.
And so the guys is like, oh, he looks like El Macho, and he gives this big elaborate backstory of this one character. Granted, the backstory was awesome.
awesome.
Oh yeah.
Like that was great. Where's his movie? I kind of wanted more of that.
Yeah.
Like he was the manliest man in all of manliness or something.
He died in the most
Manly,
manly
with like
way.
riding into sharks, strapped with dynamite, landing into a volcano, and he's falling down. He puffs up 2 grenades, and the whole thing just blows up in a spectacular explosion. It's like that was fantastic.
That was funny. Yeah, I like
That's
that
part of the movie. So he goes, Aaron's like, no, that can't be him. That can't be him. Why would you give him that big whole background if it wasn't him? But that's not the point.
Yeah.
And again, you notice like the simple things, like the medallion is like the M sideways and crap like that. It's obviously him.
Yeah.
But it's like, granted, they kind of tricked me a little bit. They tricked me a little bit because like, oh, they introduced him this early on. That means he's probably not the one that actually has it. But turns out, yeah, he is, which I was actually kind of disappointed about because I kind of I thought it was gonna be the fat guy who led the anti-villain league.
Oh,
Like,
that guy. Oh yeah.
Oh, you mean
that's
like
kinda-
Within?
but then that seemed like the twist it was gonna go for. So I was like, really?
He could
kinda-
barely get out of his little station.
Well, I mean,
His butt is
also,
so huge.
well, also, didn't they kind of do that sort of twist too with the whole evil bank thing, where
Yeah, except they didn't go anywhere with that. So that much of that really counts. It's like he's turned against him. Are we gonna do anything with this? No.
Oh. Oh, well.
In fact, he's never mentioned for the rest of the movie. If you pay attention. I keep saying if you pay attention. I'm sounding like a pretentious asshole. Anyway.
Whatever.
Where was I going with this?
Oh yeah, so they introduced El Macho.
El Macho, and now instead of being the big macho guy, now he's a big fat restaurant owner who has an evil chicken for some reason.
And he has like wicked dance moves.
Wicked dance moves. Like, this movie
dancer.
has a strange thing with dancing. There's at least like 6 different dance choreographies in this movie. There's like the Minions have at least 3.
Yeah.
Gru has 2, I think.
Yeah.
The Mexican guy also has 2, so we're looking at like 7 or more that I could think of off the top of my head.
Yeah.
So it turns out he's the evil villain, and of course he has evil plans to take over the world using his army of mutated minions that he stole from Gru.
Do you guys think that his son knows this? Or do you think he's completely oblivious?
I don't think it matters, because his son was the very like he's the douchebag that all the girls fall for some bizarre reason.
Including Gru's oldest adopted daughter.
Yeah, and that's the whole subplot that could provide a few chuckles. Didn't really go anywhere, but it was mildly amusing. Like there's not laugh out loud hilarious. I will say that. Like there's quite a few parts where it's like, okay, that was clever, that was funny. But it's like other times like it's a lot of fart jokes. It's a lot of slapstick jokes, a lot of Looney Tunes humor, really, when you think about it.
Yeah.
Like especially with the Minions.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Or like the parts that were all dressed up in like
the Minions
like,
dressed up all those crazy costumes.
Oh, crazy costumes, including that guy at the bar with the beard and the afro, which I know is a reference to something. I'm not sure what. I just know it's like maybe it was Titanic. I just know that looks like that robot from Futurama. That was in that Titanic ship.
I don't know.
No? Oh, okay. I don't know. I watched too much Futurama. Anyway.
Right.
So yeah, obviously the Gru and Lucy fall in love kind of sporadically. Did anyone else notice that?
No, it was sort of gradual, just like any other, your stereotypical
but
rom-com.
It kind of takes that turn to "I love you" kind of rapidly.
Well, again, just like any other romantic comedy, it kind of does that, except instead of your normal everyday romantic comedy, it deals with supervillains and stuff and minions. So
well, it's like it kind of just happens like there's some chemistry, there's some stuff going on, and all of a sudden it's like I'm in love with her after like one little and then you have like happy sequence, and literally 5 minutes later they go I'm leaving, and then you get the sad montage.
That's like
literally 5 minutes later.
Well, again, that's like any other romantic comedy, it's like the same basic formula.
Yes and no, but it's usually time in between the happy montage and the sad montage.
What do you mean?
Well, like
when
Gru's like all happy and he's dancing again and he's doing like the frisbee and the drumming and all that stuff. Literally 5 minutes later he goes, I'm leaving. Really? Oh, that makes me sad. And then we have the sad montage. Look at the same thing where he's like, so now it's angry.
I think it was more like kind of spoofing the whole romantic
comedy.
Maybe. Had they taken more time, it would have been more serious and not as funny.
Yeah.
Okay, you make a fair point.
I mean, I think if this was a totally different movie, then of course they can develop all that stuff. But it's a kids movie. I don't think with Minions, I don't think they'd be interested in seeing.
If Up can do it in 10 minutes, it's Despicable Me do it in an hour and a half. All I'm saying.
All right.
Granted, that movie also made everyone cry, but anyway.
Yeah.
So I guess like what's one of the running gags in this movie? Like instead of being evil villain, now Gru like makes jam.
Oh right, yeah.
With the Doctor, what's it? Nefario. I almost said Nefarious, which would have delved into an entire different franchise.
Yeah.
But and of course it had like, was it Dr. Nefario leaves at one point? I kind of thought they were gonna do that because I don't know if they got the voice actor back or not.
It was the same guy, I think.
Yeah, it was the same guy, but I didn't know if they had him back or not because he wasn't in any of the trailers.
No.
So then he comes back later after realizing, I want to kill. I'm okay with destroying the world and mutate everything that lives, but don't fuck with my family.
Oh yeah, never really got that. But
I think he realized later,
Oh.
Yeah, like the very end. No, he literally pretty much says that minus the F word for obvious reasons. But I'm paraphrasing, but that's what he meant.
All right.
And then of course he uses the jam with the serum, which he just has on him for some reason.
Yeah.
And saves the day from El Macho, who wants to take over the world. And again, he literally becomes the McDonald's mascot.
Oh right,
when
the Grimace.
Takes in the Grimace. He turns into the Grimace after he drinks the serum, and he just turns into the freaking Grimace. And it's like, okay, so we're gonna action sequence last like 5 minutes. Like, well, That was kind of anticlimactic.
Yeah.
So you're thinking that you should have given more room for.
I think this movie could have done with a little more time to expand on some of the things a little more.
Probably cut out a few of the minions, antics,
yeah.
right?
Like maybe less minions, more of the actual characters would have been interesting. Like because I like Gru. He's a fun, enjoyable character. I like the little girls. They're great. I like the way they direct each other. I like how they play off each other, and I would like to see more of that. But made character Lucy a little more because she also seemed kind of sporadic.
Yeah.
Which I get as part of her character, but it was kind of off-putting a lot of times.
Oh. Yeah.
And this is me just being annoyed by cliches. I was a little annoyed they went the damsel in distress route.
With Lucy?
Yeah, with Lucy. I was a little disappointed by that.
I don't know. I kind of thought it was kind of worked with the whole movie.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, she kind of...
Saves him a lot.
Yeah, with the whole...
That's true. Okay. Maybe I'm just being a nitpicky asshole. I don't know.
You know what was really funny is how they portrayed the women in the story.
Oh, yeah! Okay,
really
that was
funny.
great.
Oh, I did like that.
That was great.
It was really good. Like, you got that annoying woman next door trying to
Oh,
set
God.
you up, and she just
That was
does not
funny.
say no for an
I
answer.
like that.
Okay, that was funny.
And then that date with the
with the chick with
crazy
the
lady.
huge lips.
Yeah.
And,
Over-exaggerated features.
Oh, yeah.
Super annoying.
I did like that. That was I did actually enjoy
and the more stuff with the butt.
Oh, right.
And of course that was fun. The neighbor cracked me up. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I just got something so wonderful for you. Okay.
Well,
I don't need to do that. I just like doing that. Anyway.
Just like have an excuse doing that.
Exactly, and the pompous voice anytime I want.
acting. Whoop-de-doo.
I did that at work once. My boss just goes, "Okay, I'm gonna have to ask you to stop that," from across the room.
All right.
Anyway, off topic. Yeah. But it's like, they had a good enough chemistry. It's like it's a cute summer movie. It's nothing spectacular. It's nothing to go home about.
I mean, it didn't disappoint, honestly. Like I was again, like, pleasantly surprised at how it didn't disappoint me. But I actually enjoyed it.
I mean, I kind of wish like the humor was more creative or a little more clever than just kind of going the slapstick route. But
yeah,
I still had fun. I still had fun enough time. I'm glad I.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's worth a rent, or if you like the first one, you'll like this one fine.
Matinee, I mean, hell, even matinee, just make it matinee or whatever.
Yeah, so it's like, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
You?
Yeah.
You fair enough?
I enjoyed it, yeah.
Okay.
I think so. I think it works.
Okay, so trailers then. All of them looked like crap.
Oh, God.
We got Percy Jackson 2.
Which, I don't know, why did they even need a sequel? I thought it didn't even do that great in the box office.
Apparently it did well enough.
Wow.
Because if Wrath of the Titans, Clash of the Titans get a sequel,
right?
I guess this one can get one too.
That's amazing.
It does not look very good.
Yeah. And then
you kind of walked in halfway through the trailer.
So I saved myself from that one.
Fashionably late like always.
And then we got Smurfs 2.
I'm tired of seeing that.
You think you're tired?
Yeah, we don't need to talk about that.
It's a new trailer too. And it's longer than the last one, or at least it felt longer. Because it just, oh my god, I thought it looked bad before, but now I'm like, I gotta see that in 2 weeks. Or is it 3? I don't know anymore. For the moment we started doing this, I knew that one was coming. And I have been dreading it ever since.
Sucks, man.
The time is almost here, and I'm scared.
Well, you better...
Like, you're all next to me like, it's okay. It'll be okay.
You better pregame before watching that movie.
You better get Smurfed before you see Smurfs. I'm sorry. I just had to.
Good God.
We're up Smurfs Creek without a paddle.
I'm not even gonna go there. I am not even gonna go there.
Gotta find something to laugh at, because I know the joke's gonna throw at least 500 of those jokes at me. They already threw like five in the trailer, like, oh, he got whacked right in the Smurf berries.
Oh, yeah.
And then what was the last trailer they showed?
There was 2 more. There was
Turbo. Nah, who cares?
Turbo. I'm gonna be out of town for that one. Haha.
Oh, lucky you.
Trey and I will be taking care of that one.
you guys take care of that one.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, so I'm curious to see what you guys think of that.
I'm kind of excited because the voice talent is pretty interesting. You got
Right,
Snoop Dogg, you got Ryan Reynolds.
Samuel L. Jackson's
Samuel
in there.
Jackson.
Aside from Samuel L. Jackson, none of the other two really make me feel all that hopeful. Because when I think voice actor, I don't think Snoop Dogg.
I don't know. We'll have to see. I can't say until I see it.
Yeah.
What was the last one?
Planes.
Oh, who cares? I don't know.
It's for me. It's
Who
kind of
cares?
too close to Cars.
Well, that's because it's supposed to be in the same world.
I know, but I'm not sure how I feel about it.
For me, I never even cared about cars in the first place, and planes, why?
I've said my
What's next? Boats.
Trains.
Don't encourage them.
All right.
We already have one for trains. It's called Thomas the Tank Engine.
Oh, right.
Oh no, you're right.
Well, at least that was charming. Plus, it had George Carlin. Yeah, he was the little conductor in Thomas the... You never... Oh, whatever. Okay,
You know, John Travolta was actually in the Thomas the Tank Engine movie.
Whoa, I didn't know he's in them. I didn't know there was a movie, actually. I was just talking
Yeah,
about
it
the
had
series.
John Travolta and who is that guy who was in Ghost Rider who played the devil?
You're not talking about Nick Cage?
Not Nick Cage, the guy who played the devil, not Ghost Rider.
I don't know. I've never seen Ghost Rider, so...
Good.
I will still defend that movie vehemently as a
No, it's terrible. Go watch
it's
it.
hilarious.
It is so
it is horrible.
bad.
It is horrible, but it's hilarious. But it has Dane Cook is playing the main voice in Planes.
Right.
I thought it was Bradley Cooper. Someone thankfully corrected me in the comments, said it was Dane Cook. It's like, oh, thank God, because Bradley Cooper is way too talented for freaking Planes. And speaking of which, going back to Turbo a little bit, what is the Asian guy from Community and Hangover doing in there?
Ken Jeong?
Playing that old woman?
Well, guess he wanted to...
Just add it to the voice.
Yeah. He's in demand. He was even in this movie.
Was he in this movie?
Yeah, he was in Despicable Me 2 as the wig guy, the wig shop owner.
Wait a minute, wasn't Al Capone in this movie?
What?
Not Al Capone. Who am I thinking?
Pacino?
Al Pacino, thank you.
Really?
Yeah, he was in this movie.
Who did he play?
I don't know. I'm gonna IMDb because
Well, I know Steve Coogan was in this movie. He played I think he was the head guy of the Anti-Villain League. That was him.
I'm gonna look this up because this is gonna bug me. Because I know for a fact I saw Al Pacino's name in the credits.
Really?
You noticed it too when we saw Epic. I remember.
No way, I didn't... Oh shit, I didn't know that.
So hold on a second as I look up who the hell Al Pacino was.
Alright. Well, hey, speaking of Dane Cook and Steve Carell, they were in Dan in Real Life, which personally I like that movie. I mean, he was actually great in that movie, Dane Cook.
That's good. Keep stalling.
And yeah, I mean, honestly, to me, Despicable Me 2 kind of reminded me about
Russell Brand is Dr. Nefario?
Yes! Yeah, you didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
That's him.
Whoa.
That was him.
That's
Believe it or not,
weird.
that was
That's
him.
weird.
My mind just got blown.
Yeah. Mind blown.
Oh,
But
check Kristen Wiig, by the way. You should
yeah, she was.
recognize her face.
Yeah, she's definitely got.
Oh,
a
isn't she
recognizable
on
face
there in
and-
the cast?
Yeah, she is.
Crap.
She's Lucy.
Keep
But-
stalling.
So
Oh.
how are they similar? I mean, I've personally never seen.
Well, I
Dan
mean,
in
besides the whole fact that Steve Carell plays a single dad, and 3 daughters, and one of them,
I actually don't recognize this woman. But
really, you don't recognize Kristen Wiig.
no, I don't think I've ever
No?
seen her or anything that I know.
that. Well, watch Bridesmaids when you get a chance.
Yeah.
You'll enjoy it.
Maybe, I don't know. I just know I saw The Heat like last week and I really hated it.
Well, it's much better than The Heat. That's all I can say.
I hope so.
But I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I guess that was pretty much the only comparison. So scratch that.
Now that we're talking about Steve Carell, he is a amazing actor.
Yeah.
I just watched 40-Year-Old Virgin a couple weeks ago
Oh.
for like the 4th time, and it just reminded me of how hilarious he is. I mean, he can really change through a lot of personalities and characters.
And plus, like, I like him in like some of his other, a little more serious roles.
Little Miss Sunshine,
was
yeah.
Oh,
a
yeah.
good one. And then I guess
Apparently I was
Finding
wrong.
a Friend for the End of the World or something like that. I haven't seen it, but
Oh yeah, I mean I like
I
Steve
heard it's
Carell. He's a
supposed to be
charming
good.
actor. When
He
he's
is.
good, he's good.
He's like the
Unfortunately, he
everyman.
doesn't pick a lot of good movies to be in. Unfortunately,
really,
Well, I mean, like he picks a lot of comedies, and of course, comedies are always kind of hitting that genre.
It's his thing.
Like Burt Wonderstone, which is meh.
Yeah.
Oh.
For example, comes to mind. Apparently, I was wrong. He's not in this movie. I thought he was. I just swore we saw his name in the credits, didn't we?
Maybe it was a different Al.
Maybe they cut him out. I don't know.
know.
Anyway, well, false alarm there.
Okay.
So I guess that's it then. Unless anyone else got anything to say.
Nope.
No, not really. I mean, I've already said my bit way earlier, so.
Okay, so in that case, I think we're done. So, we'll be back this weekend with, what am I looking at? Grown Ups 2 and Pacific Rim.
Oh, well, I can't wait for Pacific
Yeah,
Rim.
Pacific Rim's gonna be awesome. Grown Ups 2,
Probably not.
no,
'cause
probably not.
Who the hell asked for a sequel for that movie?
Apparently enough people.
Or maybe just Adam Sandler just threw a ton of money at the,
It's his company.
Oh, that's, well, duh, yeah,
Yeah.
of course. So, yeah, why not?
So we'll pull some poor sap to go see that. So,
Hate to
yeah.
be that poor bastard.
that's one of them's gonna be me. So, yeah, that's it. So,
Alright.
see you all whenever we see you.
Yep.
Bye.